Mission Alive here once again, Father Pat Austin, MSC. Another story from the Darwin days. We're in 1971 now, and I was given a promotion, you might say, from that parish experience to St John's College, which in those days was a college for boys, secondary, primary and secondary. And I was given some tutelage by a formidable Mr. Alan Smith. Alan had done everything, had been everywhere. He was very respected by the boys because he seemed to know about everything. He'd also been in the war, so you can imagine the standing he had in our school. He was my mentor, and he gave me what you might say teacher training. I had a group of Islander boys from Bathurst Island, and he was in the room with what you might call the A stream. And sometimes he would just come into our classroom to make some sort of announcement. So Alan marched in one day and said, "Who'd like to make their mother a serviette ring?" "Mr. Smith, yes, yes," that's all the hands went up. Brought them back to his room. He had everything organised, the strips of leather, the punches, the brown nugget, and so the boys sat down two to a desk to start making this gift for their mother. So Alan and I got talking up the front of the classroom to ourselves about things, and after a minute or so we became aware of this little boy standing in front of us. His name was Joe, and Joe was a very courteous Aboriginal boy, but he had an eye problem, and he found glare too much for him, even the ordinary glare, and he wore these glasses, and when he spoke he often looked down at the ground. And so all of a sudden Alan Smith yelled out, "Magorry, what are you doing up here?" And Joe said, I meant to say, part of the story was that when the boys sat down, Alan Smith said to them, "Righto boys, you've got your nugget there, polish the nugget with plenty of elbow grease." And so Joe's request was, "Mr. Smith," he said, "you didn't give me any elbow grease." Well, it's the first time I'd ever seen Alan stumped for a word. He didn't know what to say. He thought perhaps Joe was having him on. Then he called everyone to silence and explained to everybody what Joe had said, and they all thought it was quite funny, except Joe. Of course, he went back wondering why he didn't get his supply of elbow grease. Thank you.